Greetings, Hive fans. Welcome to another live stream of the 2021 Hive Online World Championship. This is a semifinal match between Dube and Gandac. And as always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. This is the first game in the semifinal round between these two great players. Jan, the Romanian juggler, that's Gandac, and Frank Chen playing under the name Dube. So hopefully we're going to have some really great Hive today. And of course, remember, we are on a 2-minute time delay on the live stream. So if you see me looking over this direction, this is where my main monitor is. I'm watching the game here, but my main monitor is this direction. And I'll be watching your chats. Your chats come through live, but there's a 2-minute time delay on my broadcast. So let's see the conversation in the lobby. Dube says hello. Gandac says, hi, Frank. How's it going? Thank you for your patience. Gandac says, good. Just made some tea and I'm ready to go. Oh, maybe Dube hasn't been feeling well recently. Hope he's doing okay. So this should be a great match. Of course, the other semifinal ended yesterday with three-time world champion Quadlibet moving into the finals again. Stepanzo put up a fight. It was a fantastic match on that one, so I'm hopefully going to be doing some reviews on a few of those games. So Dube's going to go step out for 3 minutes, and when they get back, they're going to be flipping a coin to see who starts with white in the first round. And of course, in the first game, the player who plays white in the first game then plays black in games 2 and 3, and then back to game white again in game 4 and 5, and it alternates back and forth like that. It is the first one to 3.5 points. If at the end of 6 games it's tied 3-3, then it goes into sudden death tie breaks, which the time limits rapidly decrease. In the regular games, it's plus 12. So it looks like Gandac is getting game room 1 set up. Dube should be back very shortly. And this is should be a great match. These are two of the best players in the world, obviously, to get this far in the World Championship. We'll talk about them a little bit later. But just to mention, on BGA, which is where more games get played, although I like the board space interface much better. Board space has a lot better game review and a lot of advantages, which cause us to have the World Championship tournament here on board space. But over at BGA, Gandac plays under the name Yongler, and he is rated at 826, rated 4th in the world, while Dube plays under the name Frankenstein 79. He's got an ELO rating of 809 and is 6th in the world. And of course, the ELO ratings are not comparable to ELO ratings in chess, for example. In chess, it's a bell-shaped curve around 1500, but at BGA, it's different. If you're 700 or higher, you're considered a master at BGA. So it should be a great match today. We've got our first viewer logged in, so make sure you drop me a note as to who you are, where you're from. We appreciate any comments that you might have for the match today. Gandac versus Dube should be a great match. And as we kind of expected, it looks like the World Championship is going to last well into November, because we have this semifinal match just now starting. And then the winner here will move into the gold medal match against Quadlibet. The loser here will move into the bronze medal match against Stepanzo. So at this point in the tournament, of course, all these players are absolutely fantastic, and we're looking forward to a great match, great game today. It'll be interesting to see if they're able to get more than one game in. Of course, these top-level Hive tournament games sometimes last quite long, an hour to 2 hours is not uncommon in at this level of play. We've got a few spectators joining in the board space lobby. We've got Jonas K and Hawk81. And we're up to 4 viewers online, so thank you very much for joining. And of course, we do have a 2-minute time delay. Gabriel Ferreira, good afternoon, Randy, who is playing in the other semifinal. This one is Gandac versus Dube. Versus Dube. The other, Quadlabet beat Stepanzo. Although these players have never met, according to my records, on board space, they have played quite often on BGA. Dube, or Frankenstein 79 over at BGA, has won 34. Yongler, that's Gandac, has won 8 with 4 draws. So Frankenstein, Dube definitely has the advantage in games played over at BGA. Of course, there's a big difference sometimes between playing at BGA and playing here at board space, because many of the games at BGA are played as turn-based, which means that you play a turn, log off, have plenty of time. Games can last a week, 2 weeks, a month, and you have plenty of time to think about your move. Where here on board space, it's live action. Sometimes time pressures come into effect. And believe me, I understand that. In my World Championship days back in 2011, when I won the World Championship, my semifinal match was against, can't think of his name right now, Fu Manchu, and we were both known as slow players, and we had some games that lasted a long time, and some games that ended up under very, very, very strict time pressure at the end. So I can appreciate how the time pressure affects these things. So right now we're waiting for Dube to come back, and it looks like he is back. So we should be starting here very shortly. They're going to flip a coin to see who gets to choose white or black in game 1, and we will be off and running here very shortly. Looking forward to some great Hive action today. Okay, so Jonas makes a comment. Hi, Randy, listening into your comments. If I can wish for something, it would be to elaborate on your thinking on how to approach the mid-game positions. In other words, when there are so many okay options around. Okay, very good. I appreciate that. Casper de Oude. Hey, I'm new here and new to Hive. Name is Casper. I'm from the Netherlands. Excited to learn a lot of stuff today. So welcome, Casper. Appreciate you here. And it looks like, let's see, Gandac won the toss and elected to go black. And of course, that is quite often the choice, because then you get white in games 2 and 3. So let me get I'm going to turn the lobby off. And they play quite quickly here at the beginning, so I'll try to get it caught up as quickly as I possibly can. And let me stretch this out just a tad more. Okay, and we're off and running. Dube opens with a ladybug, as does Gandac. Queens come out. Gandac plays an inline queen. Things happen very quickly here. So Dube already has, let's see what happens here. Dube played a beetle and already has a beetle atop the hive. Let's move that over a little bit. There we go. And I'll try to get my review room caught up. The white beetle marches forward. So Dube is having a very strong beetle attack right here at the very beginning. Of course, in the early stages of the game, both players are fighting to qualify for the win. As we've learned from watching three-time world champion Quadlibet, who's advanced into the finals again this year, sometimes he doesn't seem to be overly concerned about the opposing player getting a beetle up. And maybe Gandac is doing the same thing here. Finally, Gandac gets or looking to bring the pill bug in. Maybe, maybe not. Of course, one of the interesting things here at board space is there's no you touch it, you move it rule like there is in chess, for example. And you can quite often use that as a psychological ploy. If you place a bug, don't click done, then your opponent may be looking at something that you're not planning on doing. I was a bit surprised about that Dube didn't go ahead and get the second beetle atop the hive. Because now the black mosquito, if it elects to, it can allow the white beetle to move forward, but can pin the second white beetle here. And this is always one of the concerns, is if you can stop your opponent from getting the pill bug in place, sometimes that can have devastating effect. That's one of the ways that Joe Schultz in his book, The Canon of Hive Groundwork, identifies as qualifying for the win. And again, I was surprised that Gandac, oh, there we go. The mosquito did not have ant movement, so that's why the mosquito couldn't go pin the white beetle. So if you notice, Gandac had started with the ladybug, queen, pill bug, which is an anti-spawn defense. So even if the white beetle moves forward, you don't have any direct drop spots here on the white queen, on the black queen. Interesting. Okay, so if Dube elects to pin the black mosquito. Let's get caught up here. There we go. Now this is an interesting situation, and that's just what I thought was going to happen. Gandac attacks, or maybe not. And if you notice, if Gandac does attack, then Dube will not have an easy spot to place his pillbug. So I think that's what I would be doing if I were Gandac. And that's what he does. Now white has 3 good defending bugs. Of course, defending bugs are bugs that have the ability to climb out of enclosed spaces. They're not restricted by the freedom to move rule. And if Dube is allowed to get the second beetle up, then there does become a direct drop spot here, even though Gandac has started with the anti-spawn defense. So black is threatening to win, so white will have to move one or the other of these bugs, the ladybug or the beetle, or could, in theory, pin the ant, but that would just postpone. The need for moving one of the defending bugs. And I've always said it's not a good thing to lose with your ants still in reserve. Dube is leaving 2 ants in reserve right now, so if he can withstand this immediate attack, then he will be able to get some ants into play. So I'm thinking that his most likely move is to climb forward with the beetle. And of course, with the ladybug defending, this is one of the scenarios, one of the very first things that a Hive player learns on their road to becoming a champion is the ability to set up a good defense around your queen. Because typically speaking, when two players start playing Hive, they both look at attacking options. They don't look at defending options. And if you don't know how to defend, and it just strictly is a race to the end, white being a tempo ahead typically will win. But setting up a good defensive bug like the ladybug mosquito combination here does set the ability to have one of these bugs jump out with the when one of the spots gets filled. So let's take a quick look here, because nope, he's possibly going with the. So let's look at the options here, because if the beetle does go up, that puts spawn points here and here. Okay, interesting. I'm looking at how can Dube get the pill bug into play. So if he climbs up there, pill bug there, then the pill bug can move to there, would be a proximity pill bug, but you'd also have the mosquito pill bug combination. But he elected to do something differently. Instead of climbing up with the beetle, he moved the ladybug, which sets a block on this spot. And possibly look at the pill bug going there and then there. That would be an interesting possibility. Now, it's important in a situation like this, since Dube has set the block here on this kill spot here, it's important that black has the ability to get a bug with an angle of attack toward that kill spot. Because if black were to fill this spot right now, white is still not in a situation where black is threatening to win. So I'm guessing that that's what Dube's plan is to bring the pill bug here and then bring the pill bug to there. And I was just looking at that as a possibility to stop that, because if black plays the pill bug there, black plays the beetle there, then that removes this as a potential spawn point. And of course, if black is able to get the beetle up and over, so this is another thing that differentiates a true champion from the average player. This beetle, typically beetles being the slowest moving bugs in the hive, you want to spawn them close to the action. This beetle will take 1, 2, 3 moves, 3 tempo to get over into attacking position. But Gandac, no doubt, is looking at the long term. And so Dube covers the pill bug. And Gandac's beetle approaches. Now, if black immediately moves forward with the beetle, if white does in fact play this ant, white can invest the ant there, which would cause the ring and free this beetle. And it looks like the white pill bug is moving forward again. Now the black grasshopper comes in. So that if the ring formed by white, if the beetle moves away, the black grasshopper can attack. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the options here that Dube has. Like I had mentioned earlier, you never want to lose the game with ants in reserve. Dube has 2 ants in reserve right now. So what if he allowed black to jump to there? Then I don't think he can allow that, because if black jumps to there, then the white beetle would be free. What's happening on my YouTube channel here? Hold on one second. I was getting possibly a drop frame on my YouTube channel. Okay, so he's going to elect to defend by covering the beetle. And what that does is it does self cover the white queen, but if the black beetle covers, then you've got the pill bug mosquito situation here. So I would think that black is going to go ahead and attack with the grasshopper. The problem with going with the grasshopper this direction is if the white beetle moves, the white queen could possibly be free. So I'm guessing the black grasshopper is going to jump this direction. In response to what Jonas commented about earlier in the chat section about elaborating on your thinking on how to approach the mid-game positions, there's a term that's used in the chess world. It's called candidate move. Because right now, black has a lot of different moves. He's got 3 different bugs in reserve: grasshopper, beetle, and spider. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different places he can place a new bug. So that's 21 different moves. All 3 of these ants are mobile, and the grasshopper's mobile. So he's got a whole lot of different moves. But not all of those are worth looking at regarding a possibility to be a good move. So, for example, just moving the ant somewhere is a waste of tempo. So you're always looking at which one are your candidate moves. So I would think the most likely candidate moves are the grasshopper to here, or you could move the ant to there, because what that would do would be get the ant away from the pill bug, but no, he's looking at the possibility of spawning another beetle. And that's what he does, spawns the beetle. Of course, the black beetle will not want to climb up, because then the white beetle can neutralize both of the black beetles. In comes the second ant. Now, obviously, if you jump with the grasshopper this direction, this ant can pin the beetle while placing a block on that spot. Although black could easily force that spot open by making the ring, and then if white shifts the pin this direction, the ant moves in. If white shifted the pin that direction, the beetle would move in. So candidate moves here. What's the advantages of these moves? The three most likely movements are the grasshopper, the ant, or the beetle. This is going to be the critical spot here. Okay, interesting. He goes in this direction with the ant. Dube very quickly looks like he's going to pin the grasshopper here. Or not. Let's take a look at Dube's attacking option. Well, let's see. Black is threatening to win in two. The grasshopper and then the beetle. Yep, white does not have a good line of attack, a good bug with an angle of attack on this spot, so I don't think white can afford to attack. He's going to have to continue defending. And that's what he did. Turn away for just a minute. And Dube resigns. Oh, no, it doesn't. Dube didn't resign it. Well, he fell on his own sword. So congratulations. First game goes to Gandac. Says they can do one more, so let's close this room. Open the lobby back up. And what I have to do is I have to re-close this room. I've learned this is the easiest way to do it. And reopen the review room. Set up a couple things there. And we'll wait for them to get going. So Gandac 1 playing black. So Dube says we can probably finish the whole thing today. That game went very quickly, over in half an hour. So let's see, Dube's on the west coast of the U.S., so that's in California. So right now it is 9 o'clock his time, where Gandac is in Romania, so I think it's probably 6 p.m. over there. So we'll just be waiting for them to open a second room. So congratulations to Gandac. That's Jan, the Romanian juggler, won the first game. Even though Dube attacked very quickly and got 2 beetles up. The biggest problem that I saw in that game was that Dube never got his pill bug into play in a good defensive situation. So we're waiting for game 2 to start here in this semifinal match. So drop me a note in the chat section. Who do you think is going to win the overall match? Gandac got the first win playing black. Of course, when Hive first started, and a lot of beginning players think that white has a huge advantage. Classic Hive with no expansions, white has just a little tiny advantage. You add the mosquito, then you add the ladybug, and that white advantage goes up. But when the pill bug came into play back in 2013, that changed things completely. The tournament Hive playing with all 3 expansions is like a completely different game than classic Hive without them. And there might be a slight white advantage, but as you can see from these top-level games, a good player playing with black can hold their own. In fact, in this case, win, even in a top-level match like this. So it looks like they're going into room 1, so let me turn the lobby off. As soon as they get started, I will join and see how quickly they go, because they go really quick on those first opening moves. They don't waste any time whatsoever. And they both said good luck, have fun. Luck has nothing to do with it. And typically I say I have fun when I win. So okay, moves are coming in. They're playing quite quickly, as they do normally here at the very beginning. So let's see if we can get caught up. Gandac, who won the first game as black, is now playing white. Opens with a ladybug, followed by a ladybug from Dube. Queen in line by Gandac. And all of a sudden we're back up to speed. And we have lots of ants coming in early. No pill bug has entered the game yet. So who will be the first player to place the pill bug? So of course the black mosquito moving to this spot stops this spawn point here, because that would be a possible spawn point for either a beetle. That would be a non-pinnable spawn point there. Gandac spends a tempo to shift the white ant around, and again, Dube has a situation where he may not be able to get the pill bug in, but it might be that neither player will be able to get the pill bug in. So this is an attacking game right off the bat. Let's do a quick count here. Let's see. Black is controlling the outside of the hive with two mobile bugs and the beetle. So right now, Dube could theoretically win in 3. Beetle attacks, ant attacks, mosquito attacks. Of course, why the white so let's see if Gandac has one more ant in play that can defend. If he brings the pill bug in, then the beetle attacks and the pill bug can't move in because black would win. So that's the only potential spot that a pill bug could come in that might even have a chance of getting into a defensive position. And here's a situation where you always need to think about, when white played this beetle, it self-pins the white ant. So that white ant is no longer available to be used as a defender. And that allowed the black beetle to come in where the black beetle cannot be stopped. So let's take a look if Gandac has any and of course with the two ladybugs, both came in as the opening bugs, then forming a ring, either one of the defending ladybugs can immediately shift from defense to attack. Let me turn the track mice off. They get a little bit irritating. And I apologize. Let me move that over so we can see what's going on. I want to leave my recent supporters window open. I want to thank those that have been supporting me and my channel. Recently, Bill D plays under the name Eagle Eye, Bram P, Kook and Roland J from the Netherlands, Copper Penny, Jack H plays Big Meep, First Base, Frank Chen, who's in this match, Dube, and John Sandel, aka Apollo Q. Thank you very much. And of course, there is a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page down below. Don't want to leave it up too long. So I think Gandac is going to have, let's see, if Gandac moves forward with the beetle, it does free this ant. for defensive purposes. The other option is he could bring in a third ant. Yep, it looks like we might have another victory by black. Are we going to end up with a game with no pill bugs brought into play? That's very interesting, very rare. Okay, so we've got beetles attacking. Dube wasted no time to attack with his first beetle. Now white's going to have to play some defense here. Because the immediate threat, of course, is the black ant takes the setup shot and the black mosquito takes the kill shot. Okay, that's interesting. The white ant moves in, creates a fill, which potentially frees the white ladybug. So that might gain time for white, because now if the black beetle covers the white ladybug, that might give white a tempo to get in the third ant. Or is it possible to get in the pill bug here? So can white defend by bringing the pill bug? What about bringing in the pill bug here? Okay, Gandac's gonna defend with an ant here, which creates a block on this kill spot. So let's take a quick look here on how black can proceed. Probably going to bring in another beetle. Although another possibility might be a grasshopper here. The grasshopper would have an angle of attack to that spot. Or Dube defends by pinning. And of course, the white mosquito can't move forward without freeing the black ladybug. Okay, so let's take a look at what kind of defensive options, what are the things that Gandac is thinking about now with all of his ants pinned. So if we do a count here, with no mobility, white has issues. So white would have to spawn a bug, move it, spawn a bug, move it, spawn a bug, move it. So that's six tempo. If he climbs up with the beetle, that's 1, assuming again that black doesn't do anything to thwart this. Direct drop there is 2, direct drop there is 3. Spawn a bug is 4, attack is 5, attack is 6. So it's 6 either way. So black spawn a bug, move to there. Spawn a bug, move to there is 4. So black is at 5. Hello? Yeah, just my regular thing. 8-piece nuggets and fries, no salad. Okay, thanks. Bye. Now, I don't know. You might have heard my order from Chick-fil-A. I don't know whether my mic was turned off or not. Okay, so let's get back to the game. White spider came in an attacking position. And then a black beetle. Very quickly, Gandac plays the pill bug. That was interesting because the pill bug self-pinned the ant. So now if the black mosquito moves in, the pill bug cannot move in. I wish I knew a little bit more about YouTube. It says I'm not receiving enough video. I hope the video is okay for you guys. Make sure I'm up to date here. It looks like I am. So white is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. The black mosquito moves forward. I don't know why my stream status is poor. So the white spider attacks. So let's see if white has a defense. The threat is grasshopper to there, and then the beetle to there. So Gandac, I don't think that's going to defend because the beetle just climbs up first. Yep, it looks like we're going to have another victory by black. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. Okay, I don't think that white has any defensive options here because the grasshopper is threatening to take the setup shot. The black beetle then would threaten to take the kill shot. The pill bug is not in position to be, because if the pill bug moves in, and if Gandac does anything to attempt to stop the beetle just climbs up first, and then okay, I don't see any way that white can defend. All the white ants are immobilized. The white mosquito does not have ant power. So I think we're about ready to see our second win by black and a tying of the match at 1 game apiece. Very quick games. Both of them, it looks like under 30 minutes. So Gandac does play the spider. Now, of course, if black immediately attacks, then the spider will be able to pin the black beetle. But even if that happens, it's just a matter. Oh. Yeah, he's not going to attack because that also frees the defending white ant. Yeah, see, I think Dube's looking at attack. He does attack with the grasshopper. Yep. And there's nothing can stop the black beetle from coming down. Good game. One last valiant effort attack. So it makes it look like it was close. And then, of course, the Black Beetle takes the kill shot. Wow, congratulations to Dube. Now it is 1 game apiece. They're tied at 1. Gandac has lost those in just as fast as I won the other. Looks like the both of us are bad at counting tempo today. Dube says, yeah, but are not good games, to be honest. Sorry for those that are watching. So it's very interesting. Usually I make the comment that losing with ants in reserve is not a good thing. Losing with a pillbug in reserve is not a good thing. But Dube won with an ant and a pillbug in play. So Dube asks one more. Is that it for today? So Gandac says, as much as I'd like to finish this today, I'd rather play some other day, maybe better quality games. So it looks like that's going to be all for today. 2 games played, both won by Black, both won very quickly. About an hour total for both games. Hopefully I'll be able to review these games and try to do a video on them. So what do you think? Do you think that Dube or Gandac is going to win this match? It's after 2 games. Each has won as Black. Gandac will be playing white in game 3. I'll be watching to see when they schedule it. Watch my feeds. Hopefully I'll be letting you know. It was kind of a surprise today that it was yesterday's match. The other semifinal was a last-minute thing as well, but I was able to stream that one. So we're going to go ahead and close game room 1, reopen the lobby. And I appreciate you all joining me for the live stream today. It went very quickly, 2 games played. And as always, if you'd like to make a contribution to the channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link down below. And I'd like to thank those that have contributed recently: Bill D, Bram P, Copper Penny, Jack H, First Base, Frank Chen, and John Sandel. Appreciate your contributions to my channel. And if you haven't already, of course, the best way you can support my channel is by buying my book. There's a link down below as well. 2 other books are linked down there as well. Beginner's Guide to Hive by Frank Greasy, and Canon of Hive Groundwork by still current world champion Joe Schultz. Although he did lose earlier in the tournament, he is the world champion. So I appreciate him and his book. He's working on his second of the Canon of Hive trilogy. It'll be on openings. Hopefully we'll be seeing that at some time in the future. So thanks again for watching. As always, I'm here helping you play Hive like a champion. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, so that when I start a live stream, you'll be notified. We appreciate those of you that have joined me today. So until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.